Hello, and welcome to At Your Pace Online's California Sexual Harassment Prevention Training courses for employers and supervisors. As recent headlines have been filled with incidences of sexual harassment throughout the business community, with a good deal of activity in the movie industry, the state of California has made changes of its own. For you employers and your supervisors as well, this includes required sexual harassment prevention training at all California businesses with 5 employees or more, effective as of January 1st, 2021. This training will cover the legal definition of sexual harassment, types of sexual harassment and what they look like, how to stop and to prevent sexual harassment in the workplace, how to process and investigate allegations of sexual harassment, and tips and reasonable guidelines for personal and professional practices. But let's begin with why this is important. An employer has an obligation to provide their employees with a safe and healthy workspace. Employees who are being sexually harassed feel anything but safe. They feel violated, objectified, and intimidated. They can be frightened or angry as well. This has no business in the workplace. The employee who suffers this is entitled to relief. The employer who allows this opens themselves to liability, and the employer who prevents this provides a more desirable workplace. In this course, you'll learn about the 2 primary forms of sexual harassment: quid pro quo, which loosely translated means something for something, and hostile work environment. They are very different creatures, but equally inappropriate and debilitating in the workplace. Generally speaking, quid pro quo is easy to recognize. A superior seeks sexual favors from a subordinate in return for a raise, a promotion, or just continued job safety. It's one person using their authority granted within the company to manipulate those over whom they have authority. A hostile work environment is a very different creature. It involves sex, but not necessarily sexual favors. It can be something entirely different, such as using derogatory terms for a person's gender identity or expression. It could be explicit sexual talk overheard by parties not comfortable with that kind of conversation. Or it could be targeting anyone for their membership in or mere objection to comments made about a particular sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression. A hostile work environment poses a different kind of threat to the employer. It is the company's atmosphere that's on trial. The employer could be behind the inappropriate behavior, in which case, of course, they will likely face liability. If the company has nothing to do with it but allows the hostile environment to persist, they again may face liability. By the time this course is over, you'll explore all these areas, how they harm the workplace, and how they can be addressed, and how they can be prevented. So thank you for joining us for the next hour as we begin our sexual harassment training.